Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are doing base Yandere headcanons with Trevor Belmont from the Castlevania animated series off of Netflix. So let's do this. Disclaimer. Trevor Belmont is not Yandere in canon. This is just for fun and not to be taken seriously at all. Same for fictional characters, and Yandere's is fine. Just do not be illegal or gross about it. You know who you are, you dirty flaky biscuits. Yandere's are not ideal partners to have in real life. Also remember to separate fiction from reality and headcanon from canon. Thank you. Now let's do this. Trevor had lost his home at earliest at the age 12 and had been on his own since then, and as he had lost his family. Brain fart. He has now a resentment towards humanity who turned their back on his family, and now they were in this mess because they listened to the church. He has little sympathy for the people that have been unalived by the hands of Dracula's night monsters, telling them they had only themselves to blame and even spitting on their unalived bodies. He had lived a life on his own and traveled from place to place, with no place to call home and no way to make meaningful relationships. Because of that, he has never been in a relationship and never learned how to romance someone. So when he meets you with a group of speakers, he does not understand what he is feeling for you. You are unlike anyone he has ever met. Unlike others, you listen. Sorry, with unlike others, you insisted on joining his group to fight Dracula. He did not want you to he did not want you to join them in fighting Dracula because he was worried about his safety and had a gut feeling that you would be hurt, and that worried him beyond his limit. Of course, he knew if he left without you, you would not be able to protect yourself, and he would not be able to protect you. So he allowed you to join and you went on the journey with them. He is very protective of you because his base nature translates he is sorry, my brain is not working, it's trying to autofill. I apologize. He is very protective in his base nature, and that translates to how he acts as a Yandere, with the urge to protect you, but so much so that if he sees you get hurt, he would blindly fight and possibly snap as in Yandere rage because you were hurt enough and that made him snap. If anyone was to hurt you, he would want that person who did it to be unalived by his hands because no one should ever dare lay a hand on you. You are his to protect, and you are one of the few people and things that has given him purpose after he lost everything. And for that cherishes you. He cherishes you because you are the most precious thing to him, and he would rather unalive than he ever have harm come to you. He would rather not unalive humans either if they tried to steal you away from him, that is. But that is because he is but this does make him extremely possessive of you, and he does not let you be alone with anyone else if he can help it. He does not want to unalive humans if he does not have to, because he is a heroic man who fights for the people of this country. But if they do try and take you from him, he will most likely roughen them up or beat the poo out of them, for at the very least. For they crossed the line and you are his to protect, and that he is protecting you, and yes, he sees you as his. Once again, he does not fully understand that he has feelings for you. He knows he cares about you. He knows he wants to protect you, and he knows you make him feel weird, but in a good way, of course. He is also focused on his mission of unaliving Dracula and saving the country, so he does not have a lot of time to reflect on his obsessive love for you, which is growing more and more. But instead, he is going off by his instincts, like when he has the urge to hold your hand or the urge to punch a penis that may, sorry, and has the urge to punch a pickle. It's the PR something ick type word. I don't know why I said the other P word, to punch the pickle that made lewd comments about your body. He is a bit of an impulsive yandere who would go on what he feels for you, and he would respond to how he wants to protect you and act on how he wants to be with you and or how he wants to express his obsessive love for you. Although he can be a bit awkward when it comes to even holding your hand or even thinking about kissing you. He has never had a partner before all of this, and it is still very new to him to have feelings for someone. He cannot put into words the feelings he has for you, so he does not know how to act around you and so he acts on instinct mostly. He would be the type to physically throw you over his shoulder and remove you away from any rivals that he deems to be rivals, of course. He would be the type of man that would not let you put yourself at risk either, even yelling at you if you did something stupid that got you hurt or could have gotten you hurt. He is not yelling to be mean or nasty, but because he was scared you would be hurt and that he could have lost you. He cannot lose you. He does not know if he would handle it. That is right. Because he has lost his home and his family, he has a deep fear that he will lose you and and you are the love of his life, so he cannot stand the idea of losing you. This makes his yandere side even more worried and paranoid for your safety. He is a loyal yandere, though, and would never stray from you. But also in canon, he does not end up with he does end up with the magician. I can't pronounce her name right now, but the main three. So if she felt the same way about you, he might end up be willing to share you with her. But that is the only case he would share you with anyone, and that is after he creates his bond with her and can trust her to be around you as well. How would he deal with rivals? Of course, he mainly would keep them at bay or physically remove you from being near them. Since you both travel a lot of the time, it does not matter about rivals, and he doesn't worry about them too much because you and him do not stay in places long enough for you to make connection with said rivals. He would also be a really pissy and jealous yandere if you had a past partner or if you had a crush on someone. He would be very petty and insult them for anything he can think of and show you that he is so much better than them. Blech. Like, for example, if you found Alucard, I hope I'm saying that right, Alucard attractive, he would always make comments on how Alucard is a vampire and that he would never be able to satisfy you. He is a very petty yandere. Sorry, I wrote that wrong. I forgot an R. There we go. He is a very petty yandere that would not give up on making who he is a very petty yandere who would not give up on making sure you did not have attraction to anyone else. But if a rival does steal you away, he would in fact beat the crud out of them and say he hopes they bleed out for all he cares. Warning YouTube, no one was actually beaten up and no one was bleeding out. Thank you. He would not let anyone get handsy with you, being very protective and demanding that you be respected and treated with respect, and saying you do not talk to your name like that to them. Over time, sorry, forgot another word. Over time, he does realize he is indeed in love with you, and it does not change much except that he starts to show it, and that he loves you and starts to act like your boyfriend, even when even though he has not confessed his feelings to you yet. This is once again because as early as age 12, he traveled he was forced to travel from his home that was burned down, so all he has is the memories of how his parents acted with each other. So he would just do that with you and treat you like you and him were already together because that's the experience he has to go on. He's never been able to experience on how to date someone. He at first has no idea how to broach the subject of telling you that he has feelings for you. He is the type. One sec. Gotta check something. We're good. We're good. Anyways, where were we? Pull up the file. There we go. He is the type of yandere who would rarely act on those thoughts and feelings. Oh, wait, I read something wrong. Sorry, my bad. Anyways, he is the type of yandere that would become annoyed, not with you per se, but with the people who get too close to you, and does sometimes have unalivened thoughts about bashing their heads in until brain matter and stabbing them repeatedly. He is the type of he is the type of although he is the type of yandere who would rarely act on these thoughts and feelings if he ever acts on them at all. He might never act on them, at least with humans, unless it is a monster. Then he is going to act on them, and if the monster was in his way and showing their feelings for you and trying to take you from them, then he will slaughter them and take great glee in it, in fact. And this is where his unaliveness yandere side really, really shines, which shows he is a yandere that has a very strong will and tons of control because he doesn't do it to humans and only monsters. He is also a very heroic yandere and would wrong word, and would multiple times put his life on the line to save you with zero hesitation. Your safety is one of his top concerns, which makes him a very self-sacrificing yandere, which I think I might have already said, but it is so true. Who would give his life to save yours always? How he confesses to you the love of his life, with which for most part he at least did not know how to confess, so he did not plan on it. It just sort of happened, like word vomit. It would most likely be because he saw you with someone else, possibly kissing them or holding their hand, and he beats the ever loving poo out of the said person. And when you ask what the hell he was doing, he says that he loves you and he has always loved you. If you accept his love, he will think he should have told you that sooner, but if it was that easy, and then kiss you for the first time, you being his first kiss. If you turn his love down, there are two ways he would respond. One is the okayish way, where he nods and sort of accepts your feelings of not being into him, but he does not stop loving you and does not stop treating you like a partner. And he is convinced he can make you love him, and he just has to be more forward with his feelings and show you and tell you that he does love you, so you eventually love him back. The other way is he snaps and knocks you out, kidnapping you and keeping you caught somewhere until he breaks you down mentally and makes you love him. Either way, he will make you love him one way or another, and he will spend all his days with you, the love of his life. Also, side note, if someone were to actually unalive you successfully, he would end up a lot like Dracula, a hateful and broken man that does not care for anyone, and although he does not unalive all of humanity, he would instead never help humanity again, as they took the love of his life. So frick them! They all can rot for all he cares. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you would like to see more, comment below what you would like to see, and I will do my best to do that and all that good stuff. And anyways, I think that's it. I hope that you all enjoyed this once again, all that good stuff. And now, Patreon outro. Patreon outro. Thank you, Gav, for being my first patron. You're wonderful, beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. Mwah. Thank you, Gav. I appreciate you, and I hope that you all enjoyed this. And yes, stay sexy, all my sexy muffins, and enjoy this bonus video. Bye bye. Secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro, and baseball bat. Welcome to the secret outro, and the secret outro question of the day is, would you smash or pass Trevor Belmont? My answer is hell to the yes. And would you accept his love? My answer is also Sorry about that. That's my timer to go check meat that I'm defrosted. So I got to finish up with this video. And would you accept his love? My answer is 100% hell yes. I hope that you all enjoyed. Stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye bye.